So here we are with episode 4 of The Witch and the Beast. Last episode, we finished up the witch's pastime, and it seems like we are entering a new opening act, Beauty and Death. So we'll just have to see what this case is going to be. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access on the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let's get started. What is this grave risk? We're not gonna hear it. Always leaves us with a cliffhanger and everything. Damn, dude, that lip though. Okay, so we're dealing with necromancy, and I think the title was Beauty and Death, wasn't it? Yeah, Beauty and Death. So like, if necromancy and like you can talk with the necromancers, necromancers aren't witches. Just helping out with more side projects. Uh-oh. Got Guido just biting her straw. Relatable. Oh shit! She's got a knife out here. Solved. Is that a dead guy? Okay, so he is undead. Long time without necromantic maintenance. Oh, gotta be maintained? Have improved in recent years. Oh, that's interesting. They need to be tuned. Okay. But like, if they get tuned, maintained, would they live for a while? Like, for a long time? That's a real problem. Ooh, damn, she's advertising them. Advertising their business and everything. We retain someone who can. Oh! Necromantic specialist. Okay, I saw these two in another poster as well, and that's why when I saw that guy initially, I thought he was Ashsav, and that's why I was just like, oh, I thought his hair was gonna look different. What are you to me? Your talented right hand. My servant. Jeff Anchor. I'll do the talking. Alright. Phanora. Humble servant. Alright. No name for you. So we're getting a whole different dynamic. And her skin is extremely pale too. She couldn't tell the weather, the temperature anyways. They don't know who the necromancer is, or? Don't know who resurrected them. We've got illegal necromancy out here. Strays, like what, they just came up themselves? They just got these cold breath coming out. You need help? Come visit every month. Every week. Jesus Christ. Oh, I can do it for free. What do you need, her hair? What if I kill you, turn you into undead, you know? You both are undead lovers. That's an interesting idea of having, like, resurrection being legal. Damn, how many? It's a whole fucking horde, dude. Won't opt for resurrection. Is that the same? Rather just let her lay and rest. Just gotta let her rest. Alright. We've got another detective who's lost a loved one. Come on now, you're her right-hand man. So is he also an undead? Handles the manual labor. He'll be fine. And yet they all came here. Huh. Landed to a spot where they all revived. You look very dashing. Watch out for me. Oh my god. Just resurrecting for fun. Oh. Trying to create an undead army. Oh, free labor and everything? Even human experimentation. Awful lot of redheads. Oh yeah! The guy did talk about, like, is your hair natural or not? Is he trying to create the perfect women? God, that is like the least kissable lips I've seen yet. You're right. We should just mow down the entire forest. Just a manor full of dead people or what? Dude! He'll be fine. Damn, just fucking shooting peas at that man. Come see my collection. He says after, like, oh yeah, your girlfriend or wife or whatever is also redhead, right? Fiance. Parting lasts forever. Oh, damn. It is another, like, they're calling these redheads, but, like, I just see it, it's, I can see the reddish. He's the brunette. A lot of redheads in this city. Uh-oh. Johan. You must care for him. Well, I mean, she's a necromancer. She can do it herself. But doesn't that mean that he's already... I have no taste for violence, except for when it's related to Johan. That's the end. Alright. Johan really getting the short end of the stick out here. Okay. So we're, as I mentioned, we're introduced to a whole new pair. Phanora and Johan. Very fun, very interesting. I like that. I've been kind of wondering again because I saw them in another poster. I forgot what they're called. Key visual. There you go. So I didn't know who they were specifically. I just assumed they were Guido and Asaf, but they're not. And Phanora is over here like, yeah, Johan, you do whatever you do all the manual labor for me, thank yous. But oh, you got sliced in the neck. Ah, shit. Alright, learning about Forbidden Instrument last episode. Now here we are with necromancy. Well, I'm gonna write a bit of notes and we'll be right back to the center. Okay, it's just a dude looking at a naked body and saying hideous. And now I'm just over like, is it because she's not a redhead? Is it because she's a brunette? It looks like she's got brown hair. Quite chilly, this town. And then Johan's just like, no, actually, it's pretty fucking hot out here. Yeah, blazing hot, if anything. Why does he sound like I thought he kind of reminded me of Denji, but he kind of sounds like Denji, too. Alright, so that was episode 4 of The Witch and the Beast. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. Again, introduces us to a different pair, and I really enjoyed that to see the different cases that these two pair are going to go through, and, you know, perhaps at some point they're going to converge with one another, so that will be pretty fun. We see that Ashsaf does know who Phanora is, Phanora and Johan anyways, but Phanora currently does not know that it was Ashsaf who recommended her this, because they just, the order, the magic order and whatnot didn't talk about it. But the case that we are having in this city right now is 2 months ago, there's not a resurgence, but there's suddenly been an uprising of just undead, specifically undeads going a little berserk, losing their mind and all that. And we learned that potentially they could be strays, right? They're people who have been resurrected illegally and without being told the procedure and whatnot. They might not even know that they're undead, or they might not fully understand that they are undead. And we see this man in the beginning looking at that dead woman's body and like going to this redhead who was crying over her husband or fiance or boyfriend or whatever, telling her that he could resurrect him. And also, was that hair natural? So, you know, maybe he is trying to find his own perfect redhead. Since it seems like most of the dead bodies are redheads. And then Jeff Anchor, who's our policeman for this case. He has also lost a loved one, because of course he did, and his fiance is a redhead. Yo, there's just so many redhead in this city. What's happening here, dude? The fucking redhead gene's just taking over. Although, they did say that when necromancers can revive undead, it can be pretty easy to change the color or change, like, a certain aspects of them. I believe that's what they said, so perhaps that's also one reason why there's a lot of redheads in the undead and whatnot. So whatever the motive is for this necromancer, we'll just have to see in the next episode if that is going to be the final act, I would presume. I mean, they are, like, in his lair now and whatnot. And here's our pair for this case, Phanora and Johan. Phanora, I believe, is the necromantic expert or specialist. I would assume she's also a necromancer herself. She is ice cold, both literally and also metaphorically. Right, she's out here talking with, like, cold breath, and when she comes to this area, she's just like, wow, this city is quite chilly, don't you think? And Johan had to tell her, like, no, it's, like, blazing hot out right now. It's quite warm, actually. So, we see that she's an ice cold woman, and in the way that she talks to Johan as well, right? She's like, hey, so Johan, what is your position? That's right, you're my servant, so get bent. So, and she tells the policeman that Johan is the one who does all the manual labor for her. She tosses some lights onto Johan, so then the undead would all come after him and he has to fight them off. I find that very fun. But also, Johan mentions to Jeff that, hey, she sees undead as people, so if you don't want to get on their bad side, you need to stop calling these undead creatures. Although, Phanora says undead monsters, so I don't know, well, whatever. And so we have, like, a separation in ideals, in that Phanora sees undead as people, while Jeff sees undeads as just, I would assume, abominations, creatures, right? And he kind of thinks about the idea of, well, his fiance died, And even though this town allows resurrection, he doesn't like the idea of letting, of not letting the dead lie still, and instead resurrecting them, presumably for very selfish reasons, because especially if the patient who had died didn't say that they want to be revived. Right? It's just like, maybe it's like, okay, if I'm dead, you could revive me if you've got the money or whatever. That's totally fine. But then if that person didn't really say anything, or, they just never had the chance to, I suppose, and then, like, a family member could just be like, yeah, no, I want this person to come back up. Like, what if they didn't want to come back up? So the idea of having somebody else doing, consenting to resurrection for you is, I would presume, comes out of a purely selfish means, and maybe that's what Jeff thinks about it, right? Because, like, well, she's already dead, why would I resurrect her? But also, he doesn't, especially after all the cases that he's been seeing for the last 2 months of the undead going crazy and attacking people and whatnot, and really not being themselves, even though he's just like, yeah, despite the whole necromancy thing improving over these years, I still don't really see them as actually people. They're separate from us. I don't want my fiance to be like that. So it's an understandable thing, and, like, personally, I wouldn't know how I feel about, like, this idea of, which also I do enjoy this whole idea of resurrection being a legal thing. In some other towns, they say that they've banned it on ethical grounds, which, understandable. Again, if it's not the person who has given the consent before they die that they want to be resurrected, and somebody else does it, it's what I feel is very much for selfish reasons. And also, it goes against nature and all that, right? Like, humans, we get born and then we die. It's not like, oh, we're born, we die, and then we're resurrected, now we're undead. And I suppose that brings me to the question of, would you be fine with the whole idea of resurrection if that was a reality? I mean, I feel like, in terms of in our real world, right? Perhaps we have, like, the whole idea of science, and perhaps science could bring somebody dead back to life. It's kind of like the idea of what people want to bring extinct animals back to life and all that, right? Like, in terms of, like, science, and, like, how some people would even want to bring, like, Jurassic Park to reality, to take the DNA of, well, albeit that's not really resurrecting, that's really more like they're taking DNA of the animals and then they're trying to clone them. So that's a whole different theory, the whole different stuff, and then that also enters into the idea of, like, if you clone someone, is that person really them? Like, the whole, like, soma shit. If you put your consciousness onto another thing, and then, like, that's a whole version of you, but, like, is that really you? Whatever, that's separate from resurrection. But would you be cool with that? The idea that your town or your city allows resurrection, and you just got undead walking around the place, done legally and whatnot, and they have to continuously get maintenance from the necromancer. Also, that reminds me, if you're a necromancer, and then, like, what would you be able to, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be able to cast it on yourself because you're gonna die when you're dead, unless, maybe it's like a spell that's on a timer or whatever, and then you die, and then the spell activates, and now you're, like, an undead. But, like, if you're a necromancer, could you, like, maintain yourself? And then if that's the case, would that give you immortality? I'm still thinking about that idea. Like, if you resurrect somebody and they're undead and then they get maintained, do they live as long as the necromancer maintained them, which, could go on for a very long time? I would assume if the necromancer maintained them, that would, like, prevent their flesh from rotting. But also, it goes back to this thought that I initially thoughts, is that if you've got a lover and then they die, and then you resurrect them, and now they're undead, and like you're still boning them. Is that necrophilia? To which, by the way, that whole necrophilia thing, I don't know, that could be put onto the necromancer who's trying to, I don't know, resurrect a whole bunch of people. Like, again, maybe he's trying to find the perfect redhead. The perfect redhead to bone. Oh, speaking of which, Johan, and also Phanora, right? Phanora is not very uncaring or whatever. It's cold again towards Johan, but then we had that part where Johan gets punched by the big dude, and then Phanora is just like, well, that sucks, he'll be fine. But then the moment Johan gets, like, his neck sliced, that's when Phanora is just like, no, Johan, I need to go and take care of him immediately. And obviously, any other sort of punishment, that's totally fine, but, like, slicing the neck and him potentially, that's bad. We can't have that. But if we are going to have, like, a pair, right, and if Phanora is going to be the mage or the necromancer in this case, and if Ashsaf is the mage in that case, and Guido is the person who is, cursed and has a cursed body and whatnot, what is Johan if he's just so happens to be Phanora's right-hand man or whatnot? And, is he already an undead? Who knows, right? Because, like, if she's the necromancer, then she would be able to maintain Johan. But then if he was an undead, would that make the necromancer know that he's an undead? But like he's using Johan as a bargaining chip, so he's not. I mean, he's about to be if he isn't. But we'll just have to see what's going to happen in the next episode. Again, thought it was a good episode. Really enjoying this pair right now, and that's pretty much it. I just wanna know what's gonna happen next. Until then, if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.